Hello everyone, and it's been a while since we've done any videos of sorts. So today we're going to take a look at my original Xbox game collection. It's been a while since I've done a game collection video. It's been a while since I've done any video of any sorts, but we're going to take a look today at our original Xbox game collection, and let's get to it, shall we? A big glorious green pile of boxes and one like this that we've got. Now I should point out that this isn't a pirated game. This is my copy of Halo here. It says here not for resale because my Xbox came with Halo, so I had to put it in this case. It just came in like a little. I still have it. It was like a little paper sleeve thing that it came in, and you know you gotta put it in a permanent box. I really should buy a proper thing instead of this BT broadband promotion thing. But you know, it's a green case, so I'll just put it in there. We've got the manual with the original, the big Duke controller, which you know they've recently re-released. You can get the Duke controller for Xbox One and PC if you want that big monstrosity. I don't think I ever had a Duke controller. I had a controller S. Again, I bought the Halo Midtown Madness 3 Xbox, and this is what this AOL thing is. This houses Midtown Madness 3, which is not for resale. So that's the paper sleeve that it came in, which you know I'm not gonna keep that in there for long term usage. And again, you've got the controller S on the back of that one. That was the smaller version. I wish they would re-release the controller S as well because I like the controller S. You know, might get the big Duke one. Good for playing Xbox One. You know, you play it on your Xbox One, play it on your PC. You can get a bit of nostalgia there for playing those games. But I would love to see Midtown Madness 3 get ported over to Xbox One. Microsoft game developed by DICE as well. The same DICE, of course, that did Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefield, obviously. So yeah, it'd be nice to see that get ported to Xbox One. Speaking of games that were ported to Xbox One, most recently, Knights of the Old Republic 2. Amazing game. Really a must own, and it, yeah, the disc isn't in there because it's in the Xbox One because I've been playing it. That's why the disc ain't in there, because it's sitting in there. It is the sequel to the 2003 Xbox Game of the Year, the BAFTA winning Xbox Game of the Year. Of course, different developers. KOTOR was developed by BioWare, and this was developed by Obsidian. No Xbox Live functionality, incidentally. There's no DLC. KOTOR 2, weirdly enough. We'll check out the original KOTOR, which did have Xbox Live content. That's what this Xbox Live Online enabled. What it means. It did have content downloads, the feature in orange there. Green things were local, so one player in-game Dolby Digital, and content DL before they were calling it DLC. Of course, the original Knights of the Old Republic. Again, you can play this on Xbox One along with KOTOR 2. This was one of the best Xbox games, and weirdly enough, the difference between KOTOR 1 and 2, I mean, honestly, I would recommend KOTOR 1 on Xbox. It's a better port than the PC version, even with, you know, even with mods and things for the PC version. This runs better, I think. This does run better. The PC version had a lot of issues. Countering that, KOTOR 2, get the PC version. The Xbox version does have a lot of bugs that are unfixed, as of still unfixed. But yeah, you can, at least with the PC version, you do have the restored content mod, which does make it the best version to go for. Even though you can get that both on Xbox One, get the PC version. So Xbox version of KOTOR 1, PC version of KOTOR 2, and then you're set. Speaking of games I would love brought to Xbox One, of course we have Time Splitters, Future Perfect, which again, Xbox Live enabled. It had the communicator headset, content download, online multiplayer, scoreboards, friends, and voice. There you go. Supported practically everything. 1 to 4 player co-op, Systems Link 2 to 16 player. This was the one. This was the version to go for, really. Because again, it had the best multiplayer. Xbox Live multiplayer. Again, no PC version, sadly, of Time Splitters, but this was the best version of Time Splitters Future Perfect, I feel. The GameCube version didn't have online multiplayer, and the PS2 version did, but it was always very difficult to access. I always found the PS2's online multiplayer a bit unwieldy. But yeah, the Xbox Live was the superior version to go for Time Splitters Future Perfect. And speaking of landmark shooters, Doom 3. Amazed that this actually ran on Xbox One. Original Xbox. The first Xbox, not Xbox One. Again, this had the full suite of Xbox Live features. It was never the best port, but the fact that this actually ran at all was surprising. Because bear in mind, this came out in 2000, I think 2004. Yeah, this version came out in 2004. Doom 3 came out on the PC in 2003, and visually it was so far ahead of everything else in 2003. I mean, if you compare it to the Xbox, KOTOR came out in 2003, and it was, you know, Doom was way superior to that. Games like KOTOR, what was there as well? Wind Waker as well for the GameCube was probably Nintendo's best looking game. But yeah, to get Doom 3 running, it never ran the best. It was never the best running game, but still a really good game though. Still the fact that it ran. You had like Xbox Live co-op. I think we had Xbox Live. Yeah, well, Systems Link co-op. It had online, full online multiplayer. Pretty interesting the fact that it ran. Might take a look at the Doom 3 ports, because there's some interesting ones out there. And again, it was later ported to Xbox 360. Would like to see it on Xbox One, actually. I want to see Time Splitters on Xbox One as well. We really need to see that. And we've also got Dreamfall: The Longest Journey, which is the sequel to The Longest Journey, which was a PC only point and click adventure game. Yeah, there we go. We bought that pre-owned, apparently. Where did we get that? I don't know. There you go, Dreamfall. Interesting game, quite an interesting game. It had like sort of 3 protagonists that you played as. These 3 on the front of it, and it's pretty interesting. They did make a sequel to it that was kickstarted. What was it called? I can't remember what it was called. I know I backed it on Kickstarter. It was quite an interesting game. It was developed by Funcom, the people who made things like The Secret World. What else did they make? That did they make the Age of Conan thing? They did Age of Conan was their online thing, but they've got that one with it's a survival game. I think they did that as well. So, you know, an interesting sort of adventure game. I haven't played the sequel to it, and I don't even remember what the sequel's called, but I did get it. I do own it on Steam because I backed it on Kickstarter. We've also got Doom 3 Resurrection of Evil, which was the expansion pack to Doom 3. It also comes with the original Doom. So it comes with Doom Classic. It comes with Ultimate Doom, Doom 2, and the Master Levels for Doom 2. So if you want to check out the... we bought that from Granger Games. They closed recently. There you go. Bit of a relic there. I know they recently closed. I don't know why it's in a PS2 case, in case you're wondering. Yeah, it's in a PS2 case. You've got a PlayStation memory card slot there. Interestingly enough, I don't know why. Maybe they lost the original case, so it didn't come in its original case. I bought this a few years ago. It still has the price of... Well, it's got some stickers on it. But the reason to buy this version was if you want to play Doom 1 and 2 on the original Xbox, this is the best way to do it. If you bought Doom 3, the limited edition version Doom 3, then that also came with Doom 1 and 2. But the version I have, you can see here there's a PlayStation logo there. Interestingly enough. So yeah, it is a PlayStation case. PlayStation logo. If you take that out, the PlayStation logo must be... Yeah, it is. It's not. It doesn't move with that. Interestingly enough. But it is a legit copy. I mean, you know, it's still a legit. It's got the Xbox little holograms in there, so, you know. still legit, but I guess maybe they lost the case for it. I don't know. Need to find an original Xbox case. Because if you look, an original Xbox case doesn't come with no memory card slots, because of course the Xbox, you could get memory cards for the Xbox, but it did have an 8 GB internal hard drive, so bit pointless for memory cards. If you wanted to share saves with people, you could transfer them, because the controllers had the 2 slots in the top of the controller. I don't have a controller S or a Duke controller to hand, but they did the 2 slots, so you could plug in the headset, you could also plug in a memory unit as well. And speaking of classics, let's go for the Shenmue 2. Amazing. Did it still have the DVD? Or yeah, there it is. Shenmue the movie. There's the game disc, and there is the. We'll set that there because it's kind of a Shenmue the movie with the bonus disc. It's not in the best of conditions. I bought this. Shit. No. Bad. Dropped the Shenmue disc. Valuable Shenmue disc. There it is. It comes with the Shenmue movie. Basically, it just recaps the first game. So yeah, I think it just shows you all the major cutscenes. Again, one of the rarest and one of the most difficult to find Xbox games. It's not as valuable as the Dreamcast version, to be honest with you. And this version is really poor condition. I think I bought this in like 2008. You can see there's a bit of a tear. The tear is only on the plastic, so we could easily just replace that if we needed to. But there you go. Quite an early Xbox game as well. It ran. There's no Xbox Live or anything like that plastered across it. But yeah, pretty cool port. It's a kind of enhanced version. The Xbox version includes snapshot camera and surround sound cutscenes using Dolby Digital 5.1. There you go. Written and produced by Yu Suzuki, legendary creator of Virtua Fighter, Outrun, Hang On, and Afterburner. And that was some of the games that you could play in it. You could actually play those little mini games. There you go. Shenmue 2. Shenmue 3, of course, coming soon. And the Shenmue 2 HD collection's coming out soon as well. Coming to PC, Xbox One, and PS4. And speaking of Star Wars games that haven't come to Xbox One, this is the best Star Wars game. Like, this one, it's so bad it's good. Star Wars Obi-Wan. Originally started out as a Dreamcast game, was then ported over to original Xbox, and it does show it really that it was a Dreamcast game, but please put this on Xbox One. I know they put a lot of Star Wars games on it. They put Battlefront 1 and 2, they put KOTOR 1 and 2, they put Republic Commando. Put this on! Come on, it's worth it just for the Ewan McGregor impersonating actor. They must have got a voice actor and said, right, Ewan McGregor's playing Obi-Wan Kenobi, because this came out when 2001, so it's probably in development in 1999 when episode 1 was coming out. So he's like, oh, we've got Ewan McGregor, so they probably just hired a Ewan McGregor impersonator, because he does just do Ewan McGregor's voice. It's weird, and if you do finish the game, you do get the speech from Trainspotting that he does, where he does the choose Star Wars, choose the Force, choose the light side. You get that speech in it, and it's so worth it. He just modifies the Trainspotting speech, and it's so worth it. It's worth finishing. I mean, it's not a great game. It uses the analog stick for the combat, which was never great. But you really need to finish Star Wars Obi-Wan. I can't stress that enough for you. And speaking, we've got another underrated Xbox classic. We've got Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Now, don't confuse this with the one that EA put out. I think it was called Chaos Bleeds. This was the best one. This one was awesome. Pretty cool. It was a sort of third-person sort of fighting game, almost. It was pretty good. It's kind of like Devil May Cry. She's kicking the... I thought she'd kick the vampire's head off there, but no, his head's still attached. That would have been quite cool. It does have... I think it does have Sarah Michelle Gellar in it, doing the voice acting. I'm pretty sure it's a good impression. It is a pretty good impression. Doesn't say here on the back of it. Well, there it is. Xbox Classic. Pretty cool game, actually. It was a pretty good game. Let's find out. See if we can see the credits. EA. Oh, this one was published by EA, actually. Yeah. Developed by The Collective. Really interesting. Pretty cool game, actually. Published by Fox Interactive. It doesn't tell you to... Special thanks. It just says Josh Whedon. Whatever that guy's name was. No, it doesn't say. It doesn't say who did the. Maybe tell you in the in-game credits if it's true. But there you can go. There's a line for you to call the official EA hints and tips line. Remember them? Jeez, remember them. What did the Collective make again? So you got a little EA logo. I thought it was published by. I didn't think this was published by EA. Actually, that's a bit weird because they normally plaster the EA logos all over the front. I suppose it does say their Electronic Arts on it. And there you go. So pretty underrated, this one. This one's underrated. Don't get the one that was called Chaos Bleeds. That was released on the PS2, GameCube, and the original Xbox. This was an Xbox exclusive at the time, as you can see with the stamp up here. And it was pretty damn good. Pretty good action game. We've also got San Andreas, the best console port, well, at the time. I believe you can get this on Xbox 360 as well. But the PS2 version, don't get the PS2 version. The PS2 version was awful. Especially with the texture pop-in. Oh, the disc is falling out of that one. The texture pop-in was bad. It was so bad. You got big smoke there on the disc. And there you go. You get the map as well. Usual GTA map there. I think this was the biggest GTA game. Yeah, it was. I mean, you got the map there. You had what? Los Santos. You had San Fierro, and you had Las Venturas. So it was basically LA, San Francisco, and Las Vegas. Basically, look at the size of that map. It was the biggest GTA map. I always thought. Aircraft graveyard. Ooh, there's an aircraft graveyard. Interesting. So yeah, San Andreas was one of the best. It also introduced the RPG elements. You know, you could work out, you could eat. If you ate, you got fat. I love the Grand Theft Auto humor. 24/7 instead of 7-Eleven. You've got the monkey juice, freshly squeezed taste of parasites. There you go. And you've got the erotic wedding chapel, of course. And don't forget the King Dawn School of Management, sorry. The King Dawn School, adjusting your management and personal styles to complement the culture of your crew and your gang as a whole. I love GTA's humor. I love GTA. This was one of the best GTA games. It was one of the deepest GTA games as well, with those RPG elements. They took them out of 4 and 5. And it also had the biggest map as well. Those three cities instead of just the one city. Even GTA 5 just had Los Santos, and I think it had that place, what was it, in Canada they had? That map where it's the start of the level. We also have WWE Raw 2 as well, which was quite an interesting wrestling game. The best thing about it was you could customize the entrance music, because it had what the Xbox referred to as custom soundtracks. Because it had a hard drive in it, you could rip CDs, so you could put any theme music. So if a wrestler got a new theme song, you could just download the MP3 legally, of course. And you could also, put it in there. Also, visually, it was pretty good looking at the time. It was a good looking game. You can see Chris Jericho on the back of it there. And you've got what? Undertaker and Brock Lesnar just pointing at each other. was pretty good. It had like a customizable career mode. You could actually play the career mode in 4-player co-op, which was kind of interesting. You could fight against each other. You could, team up with each other, and it was interesting. Royal Rumbles were fun in 4-player. Used to team up and then fight each other at the end. I think you could get 6 people in the ring at the one time as well. Well, interesting. Story mode with up to 4 players. That was the best part of this game. The wasn't as good as SmackDown. SmackDown on the PS2 gameplay wise was probably better than it, but I liked the customization options, and the creator wrestler was really good, and the fact that you could have any theme song you wanted, because you just had to rip the CD to your hard drive, the internal hard drive, and it would use any theme song. So pretty cool. We also got here Deus Ex Invisible War, which, yeah, only on Xbox. That's weird because it was on PC at the same time. This was, of course, the sequel to Deus Ex. Wasn't very well received, although it did get 10 out of 10. XBM gave it 10 out of 10. Original Xbox Magazine gave it 9 out of 10. So it was an interesting sequel. I didn't like the universal ammo thing in it. Basically, you had one ammo type for each gun. Shared ammo between each gun. Didn't like that. Because if you ran out of ammo, you were screwed. You could use melee weapons. But I think the, Human Revolution was better. I thought a lot better improvement. But Deus Ex, one of the best games ever made. This sequel was good, but when you're just good and the first game's one of the best ever made, it's ultimately going to be disappointing. But you should check it out. It's pretty cheap to buy this. You can pick this up really cheap. I'd like to see them port it to Xbox One. Again, who publishes it again? It's still Eidos Interactive, so they became Square Enix. They merged with Square Enix. So I guess they still own the rights to it. Deus Ex, although the franchise is on hold after Mankind Divided. We've also got Wolfenstein Tides of War. So this was basically just a port of... Return to Castle Wolfenstein Tides of War, should we say. It is just a port of Return to Castle Wolfenstein. Pretty interesting. It's got 2-player split screen. It's got Xbox Live online multiplayer. Of course, none of this online multiplayer is available right now, we should point out. But there it is. Wolfenstein. Pretty interesting. Better than the PS2 version, at least. It was developed by Grey Matter Studios. The Xbox development was done by Nerve Software. It says here on the back. Xbox development. Kind of interesting. The PS2 one was kind of bad. This one ran okay. It was alright. Get the PC one if you're going to get it today. But if they brought it to Xbox One, that would be decent. And we also have here Battlefront 2. Again, the Xbox version was the version to get if you were getting it on consoles. Again, for the same reason of Time Splitter's Future Perfect. And that is that Xbox Live support. The sequel to the best-selling Star Wars game of all time. There you go. Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now called Star Wars Battlefront 2 Classic 2005 if you get it on Steam. Interestingly enough, they rejected my suggestion of Star Wars Battlefront 2, not the crappy EA one, but the good one from 2005. I thought mine was more accurate, but apparently they didn't want it. Again, it had full online multiplayer. It had 1 to 4 player local co-op or local competitive. It had systems linked 2 to 32 player. It had everything you could want. Outside, the PC version was probably the better one to go for, but I would suggest getting this one. It is, of course, playable on Xbox One, and I think we'll be installing that and having a go at that on Xbox One. What did we get? We got Star Wars merchandise catalog with it. We've also got the... Ooh, an Xbox. I wonder if that still works. 2-month trial. Does it expire? Oh, I ran it in 2006. Damn. Not valid on Xbox 360 systems. Damn. you could still use it though, because it's the same account. You just put it in on the Xbox One account. Original Xbox account, and there you go. There's a 2-month free trial, which is gone now. Not for use on Xbox 360. Valid from the 1st of July 2005 to the 3rd of June 2006. Damn. Damn. We lost out on 2 months of Xbox Live there. Although I think it was for new accounts only, that's why we didn't use it. What have we got here? Ooh, a Star Wars merchandise catalogue. Let's have a look at this. What do we get here? You got this came out at the same time as Episode 3. You can get a Yoda thing. You can get a Yoda statue or an R2-D2 statue. You get a Yoda mug. Ooh, a Darth Vader thermal mug. Oh, does it put the lightsaber on whenever you... Oh, it does. If you put some coffee or tea in it, and it will light the lightsaber up for you. You can get the medallions. Ooh, $19.99. I wonder if we call the number up. You can get shot glasses. You can get bobble buddies. Ooh, I guess they were a precursor to those pop vinyl things. You can get a lightsaber. Miniature scaled lightsabers. Ooh. Interestingly enough, you could get Han Solo's blaster. You could get the Rebel Trooper's blaster. Remember that OP blaster in crappy Battlefront? EA's crappy Battlefront. What do we get? There's a form here we can send away. I wonder if they'll still take it. Probably not. Probably Disney own the rights to the merchandising now of Star Wars stuff. Well, Disney own the entire franchise, but there we go. Battlefront 2, the good one from 2005, not the crappy gambling simulator one. And also we went for Circus Maximus, which was like Mario Kart with chariot racing. Again, this is another one that's kind of rare, hard to find. I was quite into chariot racing, and I don't know, the disc looks weird, I have to say, because the manual's in full colour, but you look at the disc. I don't know, it just feels like the disc should be in colour. Because that's in full colour, manual's in full colour, and the disc just doesn't match. It stands out. I mean, come on, have some design consistency in your aesthetics. That is a bit weird. It's like that's just been printed as a black and white image. But, you know, it was a fun game. Again, it was 1 to 4 player. It had... yeah, interesting racing game. It was basically, it had like Mario Kart style power-ups, only you were on a chariot, and you had like various tracks around Rome. You had, of course, the Circus Maximus, which was the greatest circus, in case you're wondering what Circus Maximus means. It was, yeah, it was the first sort of oval track. Well, it wasn't oval, really. It was kind of a, you know, but I guess you can say where they based oval racing on was the Circus Maximus, you know. Interesting. So there you go. I've ran out of original Xbox games. I'm going to get Conker's Bad Fur Day, but I'm going to buy it digitally because I don't own that, and I would like to own it. They're pretty cheap, these Xbox games now. You can find them very, very cheap, which is sad. Probably Battlefront 2, maybe the most valuable out of all of them. KOTOR, you can get cheap. Shenmue 2, it's got cheaper over the years. Shenmue 2, would like to see it on Xbox One, although it is going to come, and it's coming via the remake, so you're going to have to buy it again, and I will buy it again, because, you know, Shenmue 3 is going to come out. I did suggest that it would be a good idea to get Shenmue 2 on the original Xbox, but anyway, I have ranted on long enough. So anyway, that is all for this video, so thank you for joining me, and we'll see you again soon, and goodbye.